Hello, hello, hello. Let's see if this is working. Hey, oh, I see Dave in chat. We just started. Dave, hi, nice to see you. Um, Jessica, May, Zoe, thank you for participating. The music that you can hear in the background is maybe you are wondering why do I have this kind of music? Well, this is a very typical folkloristic music from my region, and I actually used to play this kind of music when I was younger for the elder ladies. So thank you, Jaco. Uh, so the most important part of playing this music was to smile for them, I think. So, um,
Je-
you're jealous,
I'm
but
jealous, certainly, yeah. I said like a gentleman, I said. Smile like a gentleman.
yes. So I don't know if you know, but in Italy during summer, mostly we have special festivals that are food festivals, of course. That's why we have this background with pizzas, tomatoes, and other food. But in summer we have food festival where elder people go just to dance, and they dance on this wonderful music that you can hear in the background. So it's yeah, it is a little homage that I wanted to do.
Nice. Very nice, man.
Oh,
It's always
so,
good to have a party, yeah?
yeah.
Good. Good.
Yes, Lorenzo is saying in the chat that I used to play this music just to get the ladies. This is right. The only issue is that the ladies were always elder ladies, incredibly elder ladies. So
You focused on the wrong market, I think.
yeah,
You had a very niche market, I reckon.
yeah, very targeted. Dave, under the spaghetti trees. Yes, that's where the people usually used to dance. So as I said, we changed a little bit the format tonight. We will have a little bit less questions, and but I hope it will be a little bit more interactive. So let's see. I think we can start with the first question, Jaco. What do you think?
Fair enough.
Okay, let me the quiz of tonight is going to be about Italy. We did one about the Netherlands with Jaco under me here, and last week we did one about Mexico with Tito, and it was so successful that a friend of us is in Mexico right now. She just took a plane last Friday after the quiz and went to Mexico to visit for a few weeks. And today is about Italy.
Well, I hope this quiz will enhance Italian tourism as well, eh? No?
Let's hope. And so something. Tell me.
Yes. Well, I was thinking let's start a question, right?
Yes, so indeed, something that makes Italy unique is obviously our political scene. Therefore, here a question about Silvio Berlusconi. Do you want to read the question, Jacob, please?
Yes, I will. I would. So Berlusconi has never worked as an entertainer on a cruise ship, had affairs with minors, had been judged innocent in a process. A, B, or C?
Or, introduction of tonight, option D. If you know something that Berlusconi has never done, write it in the chat. That if it is good, we will put it as option D, and maybe you will win the point for the question.
Yes.
But about Berlusconi, I wanted to say that usually talking badly about dead people is something that is not very nice. So that's why that now is the moment in which we should talk about Berlusconi, because he's still alive, so we are still allowed to say what we think and what we feel about him. No?
Certainly.
Also because
He's a famous Italian politician, right? Or enlighten us, Tobias.
yes.
Tricks
So,
did he have up his sleeve?
No, I want to say making jokes about Berlusconi is way too easy, you know, because if you try to leverage on his sexism or racism or morally and financially corrupt values, it's too easy to make a joke. That's why tonight I'm gonna talk a little bit about his success as a party planner. No, Jaco, do you know the parties of Berlusconi?
I've read about them in the newspapers.
Hi, Eduardo.
I'm invited.
What was the name of the parties of Berlusconi? Do you know that?
The Bongo Bongo parties, right?
The Bunga Bunga and
Bonga Bonga.
Bunga Bunga. And this is a real story that maybe people that are not from Italy do not know. That Berlusconi, during an interview, explained what is the meaning of Bunga Bunga. Do you know the meaning of Bunga Bunga?
I don't know that. No. I thought it had some sexual references, but
No, absolutely not. Berlusconi always denied everything about sex during his parties. They were only elegant dinners. And the Bunga Bunga word is coming from a joke that he used to tell during these dinners. So I'm trying to do my best to tell you the same joke. So, and this is real, Berlusconi during an interview explained what it is, the Bunga Bunga, and it is this joke. So Berlusconi had to send two politicians, Cecchito and Bondi, to Libya in order to make a political affair. But these two politicians, Cecchito and Bondi, were not the sharpest tools in the box, let's say. So as soon as they arrived in Libya, they got kidnapped by a tribe, you know, a tribe of savages. So they got kidnapped, and these savages tied Cecchito, these politicians, to a pole, and all the warriors started to dance around these politicians. And the shaman went to the politician, to Cecchito and Bondi, and said, well, you are now our prisoners, and you have only two choices, death or Bunga Bunga. Then the first one that had to choose, that was Bondi, said, well, I do like to live, so I don't want to die. I'm gonna choose Bunga Bunga. What happened is that all the warriors, all of them, abused sexually this Bondi, and that was the Bunga Bunga. And then it was the turn of Cecchito. That was the other politician. So the shaman went back to the pole and asked to Cecchito, okay, now that you saw what happened to your friend with the Bunga Bunga, what do you wish, death or Bunga Bunga? And Cecchito obviously said, well, I wish for death at this point. And the shaman said, well, I will grant your wish. You will die by Bunga Bunga. So this is an horrible sexist and racist joke that Berlusconi really said during an interview. But we have an Italian here that is laughing and looking at me in a strange way and disgusted. So, but this is actually true news. So we don't have the countdown tonight because it's not reliable. So let's do that in Italian, Jaco. I don't know if you know Italian, but I'm gonna say. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, stop to the questions. Well, I see that not many people wrote their answer in the chat, but we have finished. So let's see. Wolverine. Wolverine Sergio is answer. Sorry, Wolverine Sergio said that the option is that Berlusconi has never met Mubarak's niece. You know the background on this. So practically, Berlusconi, now that Berlusconi got allegedly accused to be with a minor, and he convinced the parliament to vote that minor was actually the Mubarak's niece. And obviously, Berlusconi never met Mubarak's niece. So Lorenzo, yes, you're the answer. You get a point. Let's see, Dave. Dave says another true thing, that Berlusconi has never been the subject of a Google search by him. So Dave never searched on Google for Berlusconi. Well, Dave, I don't know if that is true. You are the only one that can tell us that, but I do trust you, so you also get a point. And May instead replied that he never worked as an entertainer on a cruise ship. That's wrong. That's how Berlusconi literally started his careers in the media and entertainment. He was doing karaoke and piano bar. So the right answer between ABC and D, obviously. So D was always correct. The C was the true one. So Berlusconi has never been judged innocent in a process. He has been discharged many times, but he has never been declared innocent. So yeah, I let you take your consideration.
I thought he was a really ethical politician, Tobias, but you proved me wrong over it.
Well, considering that he ruled 20 years, like the very famous 20 years of Mussolini, I don't know how ethical he was. But yeah, people loved him in a way or another. Very crazy. Let's go to the another. Oh, you got a point, Dave. Sorry. Question number 2. And I'm writing in the chat, end of question number 1. So I'm gonna ask you, because I don't think that you know the real answer, Jaco, of this. So what do you think that the Italian flag colors represent? So for this question, you in the chat have to literally write what it is your answer. There is only one answer correct. I do know that. Hi Sarah, welcome back. Don't worry if you're late, you just missed the first question. Please write now what the Italian flag colors represents.
Yeah, I don't have a clue, to be honest.
But Jaco, what is it, a flag?
A flag. Yeah, flag is basically kind of a symbol, right? To you know, to unite the masses under one banner, really, and to impose certain demands like taxes on these people, and to divide them, and to create war. You know, I can go on and on. You know.
Well, we can say that this flag, the Italian flag, is green, white, and red, as you can see, unless you are suffering from color blind. But the Italian flag should not be confused with the Irish flag, that it is like the Italian flag, but it is discolored, because probably used the cheaper colors, because all the good materials were taken by the Brits, you know?
Yeah, and they could have a war about flags as well, you know?
Indeed, it's very important to not have the same flag.
Yeah. Tricky, this one.
Eduardo doesn't want to offend his fellow Italians. No, please, Eduardo, offend me. I'm really curious to see what you are coming up with your answer. Sarah, that is Italian, is guessing, saying tomato, basil, and mozzarella, exactly like May. I think that it is dinner time in somewhere.
Yeah, then you're drawn towards certain answers when you're hungry.
Definitely.
But there are many similar flags, right? Not only Ireland.
Indeed. Yeah, we can say. Go ahead, please, Jaco.
I think Mexico, right, is a little bit like.
Is exactly like the Italian flag, but
the flag, of course.
Yeah, in the middle there is some sort of mosquito, and and we learned last time that the mosquito in Mexico, you know what it is? A mosquito? No. So is is a place where Muslim is a very small place where Muslim goes to pray in Mexico instead of a mosquito.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Lorenzo is saying that the Italian flag is a French flag with the smallest change that they could come up with. Lorenzo, I support your opinion of the French laziness, but that's not the right answer.
And you know, yet the Italian football team plays in blue.
Yet, yeah, like the Mediterranean Sea. That I can tell you.
Ah,
Dave is saying wine, bread, and spinach. Well, wine, Dave, I have to say, I have some wine here tonight, but it is white, even if it is called Verdicchio. But could have been, but it is not. And Eduardo says oregano, milk, and pepperoni. I mean, why, Eduardo? Why? I'm just asking, why? Perché? Why? Cheers.
You have this quiz every week, Tobia, and nobody's learning anything.
I'm doing a terrible job. So, okay, I think that we can say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop to the answers. The real answer, and I also didn't knew that, it is white for the snow of the Alps. Oh, Eduardo. White for the snow of the Alps. Green for the valleys, so the green of the valleys, and red for the blood of the people that fought for our independence. So these are the meanings of the 3 colors of our Italian flag.
Right. So it represents the country that you have now, really.
Yes.
Yet the colors of the Italian football team, you know, representing the Mediterranean, represent the country that you wanted to have, you know, as being Italians, right? 2,000 years ago.
Yes, indeed.
Fair enough. I learned another thing today.
Okay, no, I'm having a discussion now in Italian with Lorenzo in the chat that is claiming that his answer was correct. Okay, Lorenzo, I'm gonna give you a point for this. I know that you really want to win tonight, so you can make it. So yes, actually, he's saying that the Italian flag is born after the one of the French Revolution, and from the French of the Revolution. So Italians actually got inspired by the French.
Right.
Lorenzo is trolling me in the chat, but it is fine. Okay, this is a question for you, Jaco. You suggested me this.
Just to close the previous question with a brilliant quote from George Carlin.
Yes.
Let me tell you this one. We can say that flags are symbols, and symbols we should leave them to the symbol-minded. Marvelous.
Yeah,
George Carlin. Great. Next question.
Next question. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask the question, and you can talk a little bit about it because I think you know more about this. So, Patti Bravo, what was the B-side of the famous single La Bambola by Patti Bravo? And if Jess was here, she would have sang the song, but she's not here, so nobody's gonna sing it. So is A, Sleeping Love, B, If There Is Love, or C, Love Is Everywhere? Of course it was in Italian, but I translated it. Jaco? Why is it important, this song? Can we say something?
Well, I mean, especially La Bambola, right? The song on the A side is really representative for the 60s, you know? And that was really the first time that, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't want to exaggerate, mankind was, you know, all reaching a level of prosperity, you know, not just the rich in the past. Straight after the Second World War, and everybody was enjoying themselves, and these kind of songs really, breathe that kind of feeling still, you know, especially to people like my father, you know, who's also European, doesn't even understand Italian.
Yeah, but
You know,
indeed, you don't need
it brings
to.
him back to the 60s, right?
Yeah, you don't need to understand the lyrics of this song because it's very fun, very quick, and you want to dance on this kind of song.
True, true. It's about happiness, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, so you say that it was one of the first times that humans have never been so nice to each other, no?
Yeah, you know, it was very unfortunate times before, of course. And, you know, before the First World War, you have to imagine that people were still, you know, owned by landowners, you know. So everybody was technically a slave still, you know, men, women, everybody. And you know, the First World War, after the First World War, that brought a change, you know. People were, you know, rebelling against that, and they demanded more rights. And it started to go a little bit better, you know, for everybody. Then obviously the Second World War rocked up, unfortunately. And in the 50s, when everybody started to recover from that, you know, people started to, you know, live the good life. You know, they had a little bit more than just food and water and shit. And they started to dance.
Indeed, and to and to commit also to the laws, to follow the laws a little bit more, because we probably
Yeah.
understood that it was necessary in a society.
True, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Indeed.
they lay a very decent foundation back in the days, I think. You know, social democracy was very well organized European system.
Yeah, much
Which
better.
is somewhat, I have to say.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, now in our capitalist system, we are losing some of those warm feelings.
Yeah,
Anyway, I think that everyone replied. So Dave went very, very near because he suggested number D, Twist and Shout. He's saying that actually Twist and Shout of the Beatles is the same song. Well, Dave is almost the same song because even in La Bambola, the doll gets twisted in the lyrics. So they are very, very similar, but the music is not the same. Anyway, I think that the only one that got this right are actually May. So May, congratulations, because Se c'è l'amore, it is in Italian, so if there is love, or si esta el amor in Spanish. And also my mother connected, and also Eduardo said B. So if you said B, you got it right. So let me write end of question. I lost count. I think this is the third one. 3. And let's continue. I think. Oh, I'm way too slow tonight. So okay. So let's try to be a little bit faster with this question. So Pink Floyd in Italy never played in. So where the Pink Floyd never played? Oh, Dave. Okay, I'm gonna check it. So next Friday we'll check if La Bambola and Twist and Shout are really the same song. But I do believe you because you are a musician. So if you're telling that, it is probably true. But about music, let's think about where the Pink Floyd never played in Italy. So yes, you can add the question number D if you want. Lorenzo is saying they never played in Imola. You know.
Well, in your garage, maybe.
That's true.
But some people say that Pink Floyd is psychedelic music, and other people say that it's like stoner rock or stoner music. What would you say, Tobias?
Well, I don't want to give it away too much, but I would say that definitely they are. They played for the most famous stoners in the world, let's say.
Fair enough.
So Pizza Hut, Pink Floyd never played in Pizza Hut. So we really need to speed this up because we still have Three more questions after this. So if you have a clue, so Eduardo, I don't know if you are around. Just write a letter, or who was still in the game. Let's see. Wolverine Sergio is Lorenzo is getting all of them correct. Check out Dub Side of the Moon. I do know Dub Side of the Moon, Dave, and it is a wonderful album. I really, really love it. It's a band that plays all the songs of the Pink Floyd, but in dub version. Jaco, I suggest this also to you to listen. So Eduardo says A. My mother says C. Pompei. Mamma, Dio Bono, Mamma. No, come on. Pink Floyd actually played in Pompeii because that's why I say that they played in front of the most famous stoners, because Pompeian people were literally petrified. So it's a very famous, the Pompeii concerts of Pink Floyd. So they never played in Imola and they never played in Milan. Sara, I'm sorry, they did play in Venice, and curiosity, that's why there are no more music festivals in Venice, because Venice, after the Pink Floyd performance, understood that they are not able to host this kind of events. But there are pictures online. Go and look at the pictures of Pink Floyd in Venice, because they are awesome. Or Pithat. Yes, Dave. They never played in Pithat. So you also get a point. Next question. Okay. This is funny. Is about Dante Alighieri. You know him for the Divine Comedy. I wrote it in Italian, Divina Commedia.
Mhm.
So, with the Divine Comedy, who Dante tried to impress?
Right.
So let me write in the chat. End of question.
Not a famous Italian. Mhm.
Yeah. And about people that try to impress other people, do you have any example that you could think about, Jaco?
Hey. No, well, everybody is trying to impress everybody, nowadays, A little bit like the verruca on the sole of your foot. Yeah.
That's absolutely true. The verruca tried to impress me, literally. Yeah, that's a disgusting story, but yes, I even gave a name to my verruca. It was Veronica the verruca, and friendly called Veronica, and yeah.
But nowadays, I think everybody's trying to impress everybody with appearance predominantly, instead of content. Whereas content should be enough, If you make a perfect song, you don't have to jump around like a madman.
Indeed.
Like the Eurovision song contest.
It is starting today.
Go away, do your thing. Anyway.
Well,
yeah.
About music, Jaco, indeed, somebody that tried to impress with music but with content was definitely Beethoven. You loved Beethoven, no?
True. Yeah, he wrote various symphonies for his loved ones,
And he wasn't even able to hear them.
Yeah, that was the irony of it. And in your opinion, people that do you know any other people?
Well, definitely Napoleon, we can say.
Yes.
Because he tried to impress everybody by being painted only on top of a horse, because he was incredible.
He tried to impress that lady, right? What's her name? Josephine. Maybe he even started the French Revolution because of that.
Could be.
But the irony, huh? Yeah.
So we are seeing some answers. So Sara, that is Italian, is saying Beatrice. So Dante tried to impress Beatrice. Maybe later we will figure out who is she. And Eduardo is just writing lol. So I think that Eduardo has absolutely no clue about what is happening now. So Lorenzo is saying that Dante tried to impress the Pink Floyd. I'm sorry, Lorenzo, I'm not gonna accept this answer as a correct, because Pink Floyd didn't exist during Dante's time. May is saying that Dante tried to impress the Holy Roman Emperor. But there was no Holy Roman Emperor during Dante time, because I think he was under the Medici, or anyway it wasn't during the Renaissance, so no Holy Roman Emperor. Dave is replying to probably something that we said before, but I lost track of it, so I'm sorry Dave, I'm not getting it. And Eduardo still has no clue, so and lol was for Veronica, the Verruca called Veronica. Nice. So okay, we are out of time, so I'm just going to end the question, and the only one that got it was Sara, that said that Dante tried to impress Beatrice. So we always talk about platonic love when two persons never meet each other, but they anyway love each other. But we should also talk about Dantesque love. So practically Dante wrote the full Divine Comedy in order to impress Beatrice, that was this beautiful woman, but she never really even looked in his direction. So when you have a love that it is not reciprocated, how do you say, Jacob?
Yeah, I think you said it correctly.
Reciprocated. You are like Dante. You make big things, big art, but then there is no love coming back. So end of question about Dante.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. And I think we have 2 more questions. Sorry if I'm keeping you a little bit more tonight, but we are trying to do, different format, so I still have to fix this. But I hope you are going to stay with us for this. Machiavelli. Jaco.
Crikey. Famous Machiavelli. He's got a face like a smack bum, that guy, doesn't he?
Yeah. So write in the chat your answer. So for Machiavelli is a I have a grammar mistake as usual, so let me correct. So Machiavelli is famous for his book The Prince. But what has been named after Machiavelli?
Now we should see the options, right?
No, I removed the options because I thought it was too easy, but probably it is too difficult. Anyway, I have a representative from Tuscany that is telling me that the Medici arrived like 1 century after Dante Alighieri. So I said something completely wrong. It happens. It happens. Sorry. So thank you, Sarah, anyway, to correct me. I really appreciate it. So what is it named after the Prince or after Machiavelli? So Lorenzo goes down and says Prince the musician got his name after the Machiavelli's book. that would be awesome if that was really true. I don't think so, but this definitely deserves a point. Sarah says that a board game got his name after Machiavelli or the Prince. Well, a board game with cards, Sarah specifies. So, anyone else? Sorry, I think you don't see the chat, Jaco. That's why you don't have this kind of reaction. Sorry. Dave just wrote something very hilarious. Say that the Machiavelli, so the big Machiavelli, the big Machiavelli, like a sandwich in McDonald's. Well, Dave, I think that there is potential in this. It could be a real product, the Machiavelli in Italian, or the Machiavelli. Definitely. But no, McDonald's didn't do that yet. Yes, Machiavelli. Yes. The big Machiavelli is something that really should be proposed to McDonald's in Italy. I think it would sell a lot.
Yeah, maybe.
So, Eduardo, do you want to just give a clue? Give a random answer if you are still there. I don't know. I think Jessica dropped because she replied only at the beginning and not seen anything anymore, and the same my mother. I didn't want to scare you. You can write whatever you wish. No, Eduardo is still here, but he has no clue, so doesn't matter. Okay, so Sarah is the one that went nearer to that, but Sarah, it wasn't really a board game. It was a card game that was called Machiavelli. But I want also to consider correct the answer of Dave, because the big Machiavelli is something very special. So I really wish something like that did existed. So this and also Prince. So I think that Lorenzo and Dave are the one that got the point for this question. I'm sorry, Sarah, but you are also Italian, and I think we even played together to Machiavelli. So I'm not accepting the board game. End of Machiavelli question. You can be mad with me tomorrow, and if anyone else is in London, I think you are also invited to the housewarming party of Sarah and Tom. We are going to meet in Dalston tomorrow, because finally a lot of restrictions got lifted and we can finally meet again. Sarah used to live here with us, so I'm really looking forward to see her, and also Tom. No, Dave, you didn't win yet. You just won that question, and we have the last question that I think is too easy for Italians, but I did include it anyway because it is nice. So, which of these Italian regions are landlocked and only bordering with other Italian regions? Do you know that? And by the way, do you know where they are? Do you know where is Basilicata, Jaakko?
I would like to start with the easier one. I know Piemonte. That's a little bit up north.
Okay, where? I can move the mouse. I don't know if people can see the mouse. Yes.
Near France. You know, near Nice, the area.
Indeed, is here. This is Piemonte, maybe.
Umbria. Southwards. I don't know.
Somewhere here.
I don't know, to be honest.
Basilicata.
I only know more or less Piemonte.
Sarah is protesting for the answer because I didn't give her the points for the previous answer. Sorry, Sarah. So May is saying A. Oh, Lorenzo is being great tonight. Lorenzo, you are really acing this. He wrote D, Vatican City. Is landlocked and only bordering with other Italian regions. That's true. I cannot say that it is wrong. It is absolutely true.
Lorenzo is rolling tonight, huh?
Lorenzo is rolling.
He should buy a Staatsloterij ticket today. He's on the winning streak, you know?
My mother wrote C, and I don't know why. I think that she's always writing C. She learned this strategy from Dave a few weeks ago, and now every time that she participates. Bye, Eduardo. Thank you for participating. We are also gonna close very soon. And Lorenzo is also saying that the Italian job is rigged. Of course it's rigged. Lorenzo, what do you think? Come on. Come on. Okay. I think the only one that is missing from this is Dave. I think that Dave still needs to recover from the fact that we have not finished with the previous question, because he thought that he had won at question number 6. Let's wait a few more seconds. Ok, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. End of question 7 and end of the quiz. So tonight, I think we had a little bit less questions. I hope you enjoyed these changes in the format, and Dave says that he doesn't know anything because he's a foreigner. Well, I'm also a foreigner, so everyone is a foreigner somewhere, no?
This is international, right?
This is an international quiz show. So
Right.
that's
So
it.
This is the end of the week, the end of the show.
The end of the quiz.
Well, then I like to end with the famous words of the legend, a philanthropist and comedian Ricky Gervais. If you think something is funny, you've got to say it. Win, draw, or lose. That's a great one.
Very nice. I find this funny. So thank you, and I think we are going to have only one more quiz next week, or maybe 2 more quiz. I don't really know, but we are near the end. Thank you for participating and being with us all this time. For tonight, thank you and have a nice weekend. Buon weekend. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao a tutti.
Bye bye.